Have you ever wondered why some people seem to unlock the secrets of money while others struggle their entire lives and never get ahead? In this video, I'm going to reveal truths that few people talk about when it comes to making money, and that might be holding you back without you even realizing it. It's not the obvious work hard or spend less than you earn. These are completely out-of-the-box concepts that will change the way you think about wealth and opportunities. If you feel like you're doing everything right but money never seems to be enough, or if you're tired of following the same financial advice that's getting you nowhere, this video is for you. Here you'll understand what truly separates those who build fortunes from those who remain stuck in the same cycle. And the best part, these are ideas you can start applying today to transform your financial life. So, if you're ready to break old patterns and finally learn what really matters when it comes to making money, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any content that will help you on this journey. There's a big truth that most people don't realize. Money starts in the mind, long before it shows up in the bank account. Those who live with little money are often trapped in a scarcity mindset, always thinking about cutting back, saving, and avoiding risks. And that's natural after all. If money is limited, the instinct is to protect it. But here's the secret. Those who build wealth see the world through a different lens, a lens of abundance. They understand that money is everywhere, just waiting to be captured by those brave enough to look beyond immediate limitations. One example of this is how these people make decisions. While many are worried about saving every penny, those who understand the money game invest in opportunities that yield returns in the future. This could be anything from a course that teaches new skills to mentoring from someone who has already achieved what they desire. It's the kind of investment that might seem risky in the short term but yields huge benefits over time. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you avoided something because the return seemed too far off? This long-term mindset is another factor that sets apart those who have money from those who always seem to be chasing it. Today's decisions shape the future, but few realize this. They're more concerned with solving this month's problem than creating a plan for the next 5 years. And this is where true transformation begins. But if you think that's all, just wait until you understand how social media is shaping our perception of wealth in ways you might never have considered. Nowadays, social media is filled with show-offs. We see photos of vacations, luxury cars, and a lifestyle that seems perfect. What many people don't realize is that this constant comparison with others' lives can distance us from the real path to building wealth. The pursuit of social validation makes many spend money on things they don't need just to appear successful. But while spending to impress, true investment in the future gets pushed aside. Think about how many times someone decided to buy the latest smartphone or designer clothes just to post a picture and get likes. This creates a vicious cycle. Each like feels like a small victory, but the bank account keeps getting emptier. Those who genuinely make money aren't concerned with others' opinions. They are more focused on investments that no one sees, like stocks, real estate, or even developing a skill that will bring returns. A good example is someone who, instead of buying a new car, invests the money in funds that grow over time, creating a financial cushion for the future. The social media trap is subtle but powerful. It makes us believe that success is what we can show off, not what we're building silently. The truth is that most people who really have money are quiet, without feeling the need to flaunt it. But that's not the only secret that people don't know. There's something even deeper, the invisible financial ecosystems that operate behind the scenes, which you might not even imagine. There's a hidden financial world that many people don't even realize exists. There are closed circles, mentoring groups, and exclusive networks where money flows in ways that most people are not accustomed to. Those who are part of these ecosystems have access to insider information, investment opportunities, and strategic partnerships that simply aren't available to the general public. What many don't know is that these environments aren't exclusive to millionaires. One just needs to know where to look. Imagine you're trying to grow financially on your own. It's tough and exhausting. Now think about being part of a network where everyone shares investment tips, opens doors to new businesses, and exchanges valuable contacts. Access to these networks can start with something simple, like attending conferences, investment clubs, or even local networking events. The right connections can put you on a path to growth that seemed impossible alone. These networks often operate quietly. They aren't widely publicized, which is why they go unnoticed by most. But those who understand the value of building strategic relationships know that money isn't earned just by what you do, but by who you know. If you thought building wealth was all about individual work, you're starting to realize that there's much more at play. And this leads us to an even more curious factor: how the place where you live can be directly linked to your financial success. The location where you live can have a massive impact on your ability to build wealth. Some cities, regions, or even neighborhoods are financial ecosystems where opportunities are closer and access to good jobs or strategic contacts is easier. Many don't realize that geography can be as important as your skills or effort. Being in the right place can open doors that might otherwise remain closed. Think of major cities where businesses thrive, like Sao Paulo, New York, or London. In these areas, connections and opportunities are all around. It's no coincidence that many successful entrepreneurs end up moving to these hubs. It's not that people living in other areas can't grow financially, but those who have the chance to position themselves in strategic locations are already a step ahead. Opportunities arise in casual conversations, at neighborhood events, or even at a local cafe. This doesn't mean you need to move to a big city immediately, but it's important to consider the impact of your location on your financial ambitions. Sometimes this could mean attending events in nearby cities or even planning a future move. And speaking of change, let's discuss a type of change that few people are willing to make: stepping out of the comfort zone and facing the cost of risk. Comfort is one of the biggest enemies of building wealth. People often believe that if they're in a secure situation, it means they're on the right track. But, in reality, comfort often hinders growth. Those with money know that progress comes from taking risks and exploring unknown territories. Staying in the comfort zone, without daring to try something new, might be what's holding back your financial evolution. Many prefer to stick with a secure job, even if it offers no growth, because the fear of the unknown is too great. But those who accumulate wealth aren't afraid to invest in a business, change careers, or even fail. They understand that failures are part of the process. A simple example is someone who decides to start a side business despite the uncertainty of the first few months. While most hesitate, this person moves forward, knowing that the greatest gains come with risks. The truth is that the price of comfort is high. It demands your growth, your boldness, and your ability to see beyond what's in front of you. Those who seek the easy path rarely find lasting success. But for those willing to pay the price of discomfort, the return can be surprising. And since we're talking about change, the next step involves one of the most powerful forms of learning that many underestimate: informal education and neglected skills. When it comes to making money, most think about diplomas and certifications, but few realize that the greatest opportunities come from skills acquired outside the classroom. Informal education, the kind you seek on your own, has a huge impact on your ability to create wealth. Online courses, books, YouTube tutorials, these sources often provide the practical knowledge that really makes a difference. And the best part? Most of this information is available for free or at a very low cost. Think of someone wanting to learn about investments. Sure, they could get a finance degree, but a series of videos or a good book like The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham can teach the same essential lessons at a lower cost. Similarly, someone wanting to start a business can learn digital marketing skills by watching tutorials or reading materials from successful entrepreneurs. This means that by investing your time in acquiring practical and current skills, you're building a competitive advantage that most people simply overlook. Skills not taught formally, such as negotiation, emotional management, and resilience, are what truly differentiate those who thrive from those who merely survive. It's the knowledge you seek on your own that opens doors to opportunities no one hands you on a silver platter. And when you combine this with what we'll explore next, about how time is one of the greatest assets for making money, things start to fall into place in a very clear way. Time is one of the most valuable assets we have, and how we use it can be key to building wealth. Many people underestimate the power of starting to invest or save early, thinking they have plenty of time. But in reality, time is the magical ingredient that enhances any financial strategy. Compound interest, for example, works like a snowball that grows over time. The earlier you start investing, the greater the impact of this growth over the years. A simple example is a young person who starts investing a small amount every month. Even if the invested amount is modest, the effect of time and compound interest can result in a significant sum when they're older. In contrast, someone who starts investing later might need to save much more to achieve the same goal. It's the difference between planting a young tree and waiting for it to grow versus waiting until it's a thick, strong trunk. Moreover, the time invested in learning and developing new skills also pays dividends in the long run. Someone who spends years honing a specific skill or knowledge can become a recognized expert, which can lead to significant financial opportunities. Understanding that time is an asset and using it strategically is crucial for anyone aiming to achieve financial success. And now that you understand the importance of using time to your advantage, see how all these concepts intertwine with a final perspective that might change the way you think about money. And there you have it, some of the lesser-known secrets about what really holds people back from building wealth. If you identified with any of these ideas and are ready to make significant changes in your financial life, now is the time to act. Don't let fear or inertia hold you back. Remember, true change begins when you decide to face what's beyond the obvious. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any valuable tips. And I want to hear from you. Comment below on what topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Your participation is crucial for us to bring the content that truly matters to you.